Hey, we're on. So I'm looking at the news about the measles outbreak, the so-called measles outbreak. Yeah, okay. Boy, what a propaganda move this is. Just heard a quote from one of the news stations on the Yahoo aggregator news feed. Says people were blaming this outbreak on the parents who would not get their kids vaccinated, and they're saying that this is, many of them are now changing their minds, quote unquote. Many of them are now changing their minds. Yeah, that's wishful thinking. Yeah. You really think that educated people who make up their minds on this kind of thing are going to change their mind out of your fear porn? Being that I've studied this exhaustively, and that I'm basically a 50-year-old man that has been through all of this in the public school as my own experience. I did have chicken pox when I was about 9 years old. I have received different kinds of vaccinations. Unfortunately, it wasn't my choice. I grew up with a family of doctors, medical doctors. So, go figure how I ended up becoming aware of these things in the midst of all that kind of ignorance. And I even tell them today that I deal with these things in my own enlightened manner. And you need to be enlightened. People that are listening to this kind of news and trying to make up their mind or solidifying their position that they are pro-vaccination. Boy, Bill Gates and all of them just throw a lot of money into this so they can just control the world through their medical scam. What can I tell you that I haven't already done in my videos? Do a search on my multiple channels, especially this one, anything on vaccinations, immunization, inoculation, disease. First of all, disease starts in the mind, and it can be a collective thing. And if you're not aware of protecting yourself from these things, then you could succumb or have your children succumb to this kind of epic failure that happens within a social group, population. Now what happens is that they put the disease into the people through the vaccination. They're not using so-called dead virus. There's no such thing as dead virus. There's no such thing as boosting the immune system by giving the people this poison, injecting it with metal needles. Look, if you want to be a heroin addict, if you want to shoot up, then go ahead and do that. But why are you shooting up other people and treating them like they're junkies with the needles in their arms or their asses or whatever area you put this into? First of all, the needle is not a normal thing. It's never going to be normal. The body does not respond to that in a natural, normal way. You cannot boost the glorious physical body of us humans. We are in a machine. It's almost like an organic, robotic, designed contraption. Get the user's manual. Get the guide if you haven't read it already. How to use the human body, how to maintain it. You don't inject it with metal, though. It's as bad as putting a metal chip on it. Now they get it for their pets, that's acceptable. And look, they're giving it to babies that are born in hospitals right now. It's like, check the babies. It's tiny. It's smaller than a grain of rice. About that shape, but it's much smaller now. It's like the size of a flea, practically. You can't find it, you can't feel it by going over the skin. You have to use a special scanner for that. They're chipping your kids without letting you know. It's the same mentality of how they outwardly want to do that. As soon as you outwardly accept that stuff, of course you're going to take all kinds of metallic, kind of artificial, synthetic, machine, cybernetic stuff under your skin. Cyborgs? Are you a race of cyborgs? Has it come to that? That you can't even understand the glorious machine. Understand! Get with the program. Your body is supposed to be able to do these things. You're fucking stupid. You people that promote this kind of thing or want to argue with me about this, you're fucking dope addicts. You're dope. You're dope, dingbat, dumb, fucking ignorant. You're under false pretenses. You're pseudoscience. You're not worth surviving. So you go and get the injections, and when your body reacts in an adverse way, your body knows and it reacts, you're still going to get the disease. It's not going to prevent you from getting the disease. It's going to up the percentage of the people, once you do the statistics, that they're going to get the disease. That's what it's going to do. That's what happens. That's what they're looking at. They've never got rid of it. They never got rid of polio, all this stuff. You can't get rid of it. And the natural occurrence of these things is just pretty steady until they start screwing with it. The vaccination program, the inoculations, the immunization to boost your immunity don't actually do what they're saying they're doing. They're lying. They're scamming. They're scamming. I assure you they're scamming. They're completely scamming! How long do I have to rant on this? Let's talk about the glorious human body again in closing, in conclusion here. Your body, see, just like this body. Here, hold on a second. Let me take this all off. See, fucking, I'll show you. See this thing? You see this? You see this? This flesh, real, living body that comes from the meeting of the sperm and the egg and contraception and continues to grow from that every 7 years as every cell is replaced. Practically all of them. That's what they say. There's a few that don't. It's called a seed atom, but that's metaphysical. But this glorious thing that we inhabit, this thing that Jesus Christ called the temple, keep pure and holy the temple, keep it cleansed. That's what he was referring to. He wasn't talking about it in that quote, in that context. Because keep it pure, keep it holy. This is where we worship from within this. You can't have a spirit. You can't have a soul unless it resides in this, in the flesh and blood. Of course it is like with eyes, spiritual eyes that are corresponding to the fleshly eyes, the physical eyes of what you can see, it corresponds with that. But it's not the same thing. But keep it pure. Keep your eyes, your physical eyes, as pure. Keep your nose, keep your hands pure. Don't get into sin and dirtiness and filthiness and disease. Keep it pure, because as a spirit is, we're a spirit in the human body that makes it pure. That needs to make the body pure. As above, so below. With the spirit, you've got to make the physical body. The body. Soma. Body. There's a body and there's a spirit body. Spiritual body, that level. Then the level of the physical, the material, the solid, matter. But we need to really respect that and treat it right. Keep it as pure as your spirit. Of course, if your spirit's not pure, you can never make your flesh body pure. That's what we need to do. But if you listen to what I say, and that's truth, you will get purified just by that. I give a blessing to you if you listen to me now. I curse you if you reject the truth, because you are cursed unto your own kind. You are cursed unto your Creator. Be gone, Satan. Get thee hence. Get away. Get behind me. Get yourself gone into hellfire where you belong. With those who listen, there's two opposites here. There's two sides. There's the axis of good versus evil. If you understood and you get the blessing, so be it. Amen. And if you don't, go back to your fear porn and your fucking propaganda and vaccinate all your fucking kids. Keep your kids away from my kids. Because if your kids get the vaccination, they're going to be given the fucking disease. They're going to be getting the disease. They're going to be carriers. When you get that injection, what the fuck do you think? You get this stuff into them. You should be... That's child abuse. But what am I going to do about it? You got a responsibility. It's your choice whether you want to do that, and your kids came to you. That's your karma. Right? Two different worlds, man. It's really coming down to it. Two different worlds. I divide myself away from that.